Hey all, it's Ian here from the Sports Card Side Hustle, and I'm coming to you today to talk to you about an issue with the 2023 Crown Royale Panini Kabooms, or the Panini Crown Royale Kabooms, the NBA cards, and there's definitely a quality control issue here. I just want to put that out there and kind of put that alert out there. Don't think, if you buy a 2023 basketball NBA Kaboom, do not think you're going to get a PSA 10, and I can prove it to you right now quickly. So let's go ahead. I basically did a filter in the Sports Card Investor app. I started to notice when you go through like the recent sales, I always switch from recent sales instead of buy now when I want to see true data of what's happened. So you're going to see a raw LeBron and then a PSA 8 LeBron. Take any other card. And, okay, Brandon Miller's only sold raw. Wemby's only sold is a PSA 7 or a BGS 7.5. And I then saw a SGC 6 for this card for his rookie Kaboom. A little bit concerning, right? So you go back. You're never going to find a sale of a PSA 10 yet. And you may say, well, maybe people are grading them, getting the 10 and holding them. Wrong. How can I prove that? Here is a screen capture of my gem rate query from gemrate.com from just a few minutes ago. Okay, so I wanted to dig deeper and find out what's going on. If you do it on the entire set, not just by a player, so I went into Wemby and I think there's 10 of his cards graded so far. Then I went into a Giannis because I have a Giannis gold, and then I checked a Luka and a Jokic because I have those. All of them 0 gems, and they've had, all outside at least the gold, have had like at least 8 or 10 graded. I think the gold is only at 2 or 3 graded. So now if you look, what is my filter? The setup here, basketball 2023. Give me the whole year, I said. And then I filtered on Kaboom. So it gives me Panini Crown Royale Kaboom for 2023. And when I go over, they've had 245 complete grading with only PSA and 0 gems. 0 PSA 10s. All right. The closest thing I've ever seen to this is the 2021 NFL Kabooms, and other people might know better as far as like this sort of sample size where you got into the hundreds. They averaged like a 3 or 4% PSA 10 rate, a gem rate, because if you remember, almost all of those had a print line across the top, like maybe a ½ inch or less from the top. There's a print line in 2021, and there's other Kaboom sets that have a print line where they will almost never give you a 10, and you'll find where some must have been run with a different print run, and they didn't have that. Just a very few people got lucky. But we're talking about a decent sample size, okay? 245 cards, and PSA hasn't given a single 10. And when you're finding the sales data, you're seeing BGS 7s, SGC 6, BGS 7.5. So I'd love to know if any. I'm not seeing a print line anywhere, but I am seeing that new border that's across the top. If you look, that new border that curves across the top and like bends down before each side. I'm finding like a disparity in how that is centered, where it's supposed to be. And I wonder if there's like a lot of miscutting, because when you flip it over on the back, it doesn't quite match. So I'm just curious if anybody knows what's going on here. You know, why is nothing getting a 10 and very few lower than that, close to a 10 as far as 9s that I'm seeing as well. So 0 10s out of almost 250 graded by PSA so far. No gem mints. And I have a vested interest here of my own bias. I have a Wemby. I bought the Wemby. Here's mine. And it's going in for grading. Okay, this is my purchase. You purchased this item on June 14th. That one's on its way in for grading. So now I know I don't expect a 10. I do expect PSA 9s to get a better ratio or better premium than they usually do because of this issue. If there's no 10s, 9's going to be the highest graded that exists out there. So keep that in mind. But if anybody has any input, what's going on with the production? What do you see here on all of these? Or when you see them sold online, or if you have any, what is it that's keeping these all from getting a 10, where PSA has decided all of their graders have seen these are not worthy of a 10 or a gem mint. All right, so just kind of an alert out there. You're not going to get a PSA 10 from this year's or the most recent Kabooms for Crown Royale for the NBA. All right, if you have any questions, comments, please let us know and hit those like and subscribe buttons. I'd love to hear what you think.